Oh, hey, wasn't expecting to see you here today. That's pretty neat. While I got you here, I'd like to show you a couple constellations that I think are pretty neat. First off, got my handy laser, which is pretty neat. We got the North Star right here, and the Big Dipper. And those are both pretty neat. The one that I think is really neat is Cassiopeia. Super neat. Some of the defining characteristics about these constellations that are pretty neat is that they're circumnavigable around the North Star. Circumpolar, actually. That's the correct word. That's pretty neat. And what that means is that year-round, they'll always go around the North Star, which is pretty neat, if you ask me. And the way you can always locate the North Star, which is pretty neat, is you got these two stars on the Big Dipper. You got the handle in the bucket, which is pretty neat. And you take these outer two stars, and they always point directly to the North Star, which is pretty neat. So if you're ever lost, you can just use those and you can find north. What's also pretty neat is Cassiopeia, the W, home to our local galaxy neighbor Andromeda, which is a super neat galaxy, which is also circumpolar. So no matter what, it'll always be pretty neat in the sky.
Hey Robin, can I tell people about my stars?
Sure,
Cool.
that'd be pretty neat.
Okay. Oh, hey guys. So let me start telling you about stars with a story that I have. One time in Wisconsin, we were on a boat, and we were driving around at night, and we turned off all the lights in the boat, and then we looked up at the sky, and the whole sky was lit up. There wasn't a moon, it was just the Milky Way. And ever since that night, I saw this little guy look like a little mini dipper. I've been intrigued with that constellation ever since. So it turns out, after doing some academic research on that little mini dipper, it's known as Pleiades. And it's the seven sisters of Greek mythology. You can see it in the northern and southern hemisphere year-round, all year-round. And since you can see it in both hemispheres, which hemisphere means for two spheres, so that's a whole sphere, everyone can see it, and it's been in a lot of mythology. And so, it's part of the constellation of Taurus, which is pretty neat. It's the closest cluster to Earth and the most obvious to your naked eye. Not your clothed eye, your naked eye. Which is why it was really obvious to me on that night that I could see it. And then I always look for it forever and ever. And, need a shower. Better get inside, folks.